Hello people, welcome to another episode of Parenting with Olashubunmi. So on today's episode, we are going to be talking about parents building a spiritual foundation for their children. Parents building a spiritual foundation for their children. And on today's episode, we are going to be looking at the mother of Moses. This woman is a woman of virtue. This woman is a woman of strength. This woman is a woman of great capacity. She was able to raise her children in the way of the exceptional children, and she was able to raise them in the way of the Lord from their little age, from a tender age, from a young age. She was able to show them the way of God, the way of Christ. What are the things that she instilled in the life of Moses, to the extent that when Moses became a prince in Egypt, he didn't depart from it. The Bible said that train your children in the way of the Lord, and when they are old, they will not depart from it. When Moses was a prince in Egypt, he didn't let go. He didn't let go of the ways his mother has trained him with, of what his mother has talked to him about. He was so determined about serving the God of Israel. He was so focused about serving the God of Israel. Why? Because when he was of young age, his parents, they've already trained him in the way of the Lord. They've already sowed the seed of righteousness in him. They've already sowed the seed of holiness, of godliness in him. So also, I want to implore you today to raise your children in the way of the Lord by cultivating the habit of prayer, by cultivating the habit of studying the word of God continually, not once in a while, continually. He was saying concerning the life of Abraham that he knows so well that Abraham would teach his household in his ways. Can God say that about you too? It is good that you get that child a laptop. Well, have you trained them in the way of the Lord? In the nearest future, as you are looking at that child of yours, can you put your hand on your chest and say that my child will not depart from the way of God? David said to Solomon, he said, Solomon, don't depart, don't leave the God of your father. Can you truly say to yourself that I know that my son will not leave the way of my God? Can you say that about yourself? I just want to implore you today that you should please give your children to spiritual growth. Teach them the way of the Lord. Teach them the precepts of the kingdom. Teach them spiritual things. Teach them spiritual things. Stay with them in the word of God. Let them exalt you in the word of God, and you also exalt them in the word of God. Let them pray for you, and you also pray for them. That is how you groom them. That is how you shaping the nature of Christ in them, so that when they grow old, they will not depart from it. When life challenges come in the nearest future, what are they going to fall back on? What is the word that will keep them focused? What is the word that will keep them going? It's not only academics cannot do it, phone cannot do it, social media cannot do it, but it is the word of God. It is the word of God that will hold them. It is that prayer life that you have built for them when they were young that will hold them. Train them in the place of prayer. Train them on how to pray. Train them on how to study the word of God. Train them to love the things of God, so that when they are old, they will not depart from it. And I know that as you do this, that God will help us to raise that children that will impact Jesus in the society. Thank you so much for listening, and do well to like and to share this video. And I still remain Olashubunmi.